Let's have a conversation.
Good evening. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to wait for a few people to get in here before I get started. But in the meantime, make sure to comment, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Hey, Danielle, I actually made a live tonight because I've been doing them in the morning, and a lot of people have said they've missed them because they're at work or because they're not available during that time. So I decided to hop on for a second time today. We've mostly gotten that topic out of the way. I do have one brief thing that I'm going to say at the beginning of this live, but aside from that, the main topic that I'm going to be talking about is progressing in life when you don't have the support and backing of your family behind you. But in the meantime, how are y'all? Were you on here this morning, Danielle? I don't recall. I thought you were. Just to give a brief recap of that, because that's going to tie into what I'm going to say before I get into my main topic. Just to give a little recap, all I was saying is that some fans made a mountain out of a molehill. They extracted a little piece out of my recap, a little piece, a little insignificant piece, honestly, out of my recap, and added their own spin to it to try to manufacture drama. I'm not with manufacturing drama. I'm not a person who is about drama, and I don't appreciate that. I don't like that. Now, a comment that I just got probably 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, was somebody telling me that Taylor on her subscription-based Instagram shared that she had some kind of incident with a fan before that left her shook. The incident had her shaken, and also that she's been getting nasty DMs. I've never advocated for the harassment that she got in her DMs. And I'm sorry that she had a bad experience or experiences with a fan or fans. That does not have anything to do with my comments about where she was located in the club that I was in. It was just a matter of fact statement. This is where I was standing. This is what I saw. Nothing more, nothing less. So for me, I'm a person who, if I say something, anything that I say, I'm more than willing to take ownership of anything and say, oh, I was wrong here. This was wrong. So in my commentary, I think that I said that other people didn't get pictures, and they did. I see that there are some pictures on Twitter. I can't see everything. But in terms of people trying to make it an issue of I was saying something negative or hateful about Taylor or Joseph, that just didn't happen. So I will not take ownership of people's spin of what I actually say. Because if I do that once, people are going to sit here and interpret what I say however they want to interpret it and say, you have to apologize for this and you have to apologize for that. I will apologize if you have a quote that you say is hateful. Give me an example. But if you're like, you said this, and because of the events going on with these people currently, it comes across as this, and that's why it looked like that, that means that's your perception. That's not my actual words. Don't put words in my mouth. And if I give you a whole explanation, don't tell me, well, I take it like this, because I'm explaining it to you. And that's really all that I'm going to say about that. I mean, you can see the live. The live is still up, Danielle. So I'm not really going to get into a full explanation of it, but it was just people making much ado about nothing. They were jumping in my comments yesterday and today, angry about me saying that I didn't see Taylor and Joseph outside of the VIP section. That apparently got people very angry. Why? I don't know. I mean, there's bigger things in life than a party VIP section and a dance floor. People have nothing to do with their time right now, so try to make that a whole huge deal. But anyways, now, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna get into this topic now because I had this specific topic in mind about moving forward in your life when you don't have the support of your family or your close loved ones. And the way how this topic came into my mind is because I have had this issue. And if it's facts, why be mad at the... Yeah, I mean, it's like if I say, oh, this is the location of this Crayola marker. It's in my right hand. And then somebody else says, oh, Mark, you said the Crayola markers are trash and you put it in your right hand because the right hand is an indication of Crayola markers being the most trash kind ever. And the marker has a black top. So you hate black Crayolas. Like, I didn't say that. I just said the marker is in my right hand. That's it. People gave some kind of speculation comments about it, but some people live for the drama. If there's no drama, they have to create the drama. I'm telling you. The main focus was about how great my night was. And people wanted to know, like, did you interact? I think that's the thing that the new people that just jumped on didn't get, is that you guys were asking me, did you interact with Jailer, right? Did you interact with them? And what was your experience? So I gave them my experience, okay? How could my experience be a lie? It's my experience. Now, was there other people in there that had other experiences? Obviously. I wasn't the only one in there. If you ask 20, 30 different people their accounts, I mean, there's going to be some parallels to it, but they're still going to have their own experience. So I said that in my earlier post, Danielle, that they were manufacturing a beef. They were trying to manufacture a beef that is not there. Even in that actual live, which is just live commentary, that's the other thing. People don't realize the difference between a live commentary versus a pre-recorded video. In a pre-recorded video, you have a chance to watch it back, edit. Oh, this looked this way, or this sounded this way, or whatever. That's one thing. You didn't like this, you don't have to include it. Watch it back and fix everything up and make it all nice for the people. Secondly, when I do my lives, I read all y'all comments. So that's what I was doing. And people were interested in the comments about my personal interactions with those individuals. I gave my 2 accounts and people asked further questions. And I was like, I don't know why this was the case. It could be for this. It could be for that. I don't know. But overall, I had a great time. I'm not, if I bake the cake and then you put some icing all over it and you have a reaction to the icing, you put that on there. Look in the mirror. If I make the meatloaf and then you put peanuts in the sauce and you're allergic to peanuts, I didn't make the sauce. You added the sauce. I wasn't going to say this again, but there's a reason why I want to say this again. This is a lane that I'm going to be in. Some people are going to like that lane. Some people are not going to like that lane. It just is what it is. Not everybody likes you. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. What I am not okay with is taking my words, spinning them any kind of way that you want, and then thinking that you're going to have me apologizing for something I didn't even say. That's gaslighting. And I've dealt with people who gaslight in real life. And I've let them impact me, impact my way of thinking, impact my mind, and impact the things that I'm doing and saying, and have me revisit a situation and say, wait a minute, did I do that? But I can tell you with conviction in this situation, read all those crazy comments, watched back the recap. Nothing I have said do I feel differently about now. Was there pictures taken by other people? Yeah, I've seen some pictures that other people got with them, but I didn't see when that happened. If that's a big deal to somebody, sorry for that, but it's not really as big a deal as you guys tried to make it out to be. Gaslighting for sure, gaslighting. Okay, so now that we had that out of the way, on to the topic at hand, which is moving forward in your life without family support. Now, I want to start by talking about my life and talking about how it's been for my family and me. The thing with my family is I'm not going to say that they are not supportive. My family wants to see me succeed. They want to see me do well in life. I know this, right? But they have all followed very traditional paths for what they consider success. Success is go to school, get your education, get your college degree, maybe get your master's degree, get into a high-paying profession, become like a doctor, become an accountant, become a nurse. My dad was an accountant. Yeah, Donna D. You're absolutely right. Sometimes people make you second guess yourself. Then you end up forgetting your original reason for saying what you said. It can get convoluted. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to stay here, but it's just that what you're saying is thought-provoking for me. What you're saying is really thought-provoking for me. So in the situations in my life where I experienced gaslighting in that way, I didn't have the benefit of being able to watch a video back and look at everything and examine it. And then it really made me question myself because I couldn't see it and hear it again. And that person who was saying that to me was so convincing that I started to feel like maybe I did do or say whatever it is that they told me that I did or said. But like I said, certain things that people have been saying to me online caused me to go back, review the footage, and see for myself that they manufactured what they wanted to extract from it. That's toxic. That's toxic. And you know what, Danielle? If this wasn't my own page and I was in somebody else's group and they were doing that, I'd be out of that group too. That's toxic behavior right there. Y'all wanted to take my fun good night and my recap of my fun good night and attach a stain to it. that isn't associated with me. I didn't harass Taylor. I did. Why would she take a picture of me or a picture with me? Why would she agree to take a picture with me? Why would we have that conversation? I had nothing to do with whatever the fan did to make her feel that way. It's an unfortunate situation. Whatever it is, I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry whatever it is happened to her. And I'm sorry that she's experienced harassment in her inbox. On a lesser scale, I've been experiencing that over the last 2 days. I've been experiencing that. I've had people be saying things that are out of pocket in my inbox that have nothing, that have no warrant, merit to them, and are just untrue and unkind. So I was never defending whatever comments, whatever happened to her. And I even suggested again that that's a possibility. I said maybe due to what's been happening with the fans, they kind of wanted to have a private night. Oh, Danielle, here's my thing. I really enjoy Big Brother. I know what you're talking. I know exactly what you meant. I really enjoy Big Brother, the show. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy talking about it. I now know that there are fans of the show that are not really fans of the show. They are watching the show to find the toxic moments that they can spread around, that they can talk about, that they can share, and that they can jump on people for. I know there's a large group that's just like that. If it wasn't for the group that I found through my own page, if it wasn't for the group that I found on my own page, I might have tapped out myself. But I have a group that I value very much. I have a group that I value quite a bit, and I would not abandon them for people who are trying to derail me. It's just not going to happen. People who go on reality shows and do podcasts must have thick skin. The keyboard bandits will poke and poke, and if you don't have thick skin, it could take you out. That's right. And that's what I was saying on my Friday live. It's unfortunate, we wish that people could be nice all the time, and we wish that we wouldn't have to experience things like that. Of course, Danielle, of course I'm talking about y'all. Of course I'm talking about y'all. There's several of y'all that speak to me every time I come on here, whenever you guys have a chance to get on my lives, and we talk about all kinds of things. And if one of you actually made those same type of comments as what those other trolls were making, I would feel bad about it, and I would want to have a conversation with you and be like, what gave you this impression? Let's kind of get to the bottom of it. But somebody who I've never seen on my page, who's just throwing out wild stuff to me, is not even going to make me think twice. Yeah, it's the price of fame. It's the price of fame, unfortunately. When you become famous, you know what I'm hi Shy. You know what I'm surprised about, Donna D? So there's 3 people. Wait, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 people, I think 4 people that people always tell me that I look like. You said one of them. You're the first person that I can think of on this YouTube that has said that. And I'm surprised because I've been doing these lives for like 3 months now. He's one of them. And there's like 2 or 3 other people that people always say I look like. But I'm surprised it took this long for somebody on here to say that I look like Malik Yoba. Oh, man. I've thought about acting before. Hey, Trisha. I still haven't gotten into my topic yet, actually, guys, because there's still remnants of the last topic that I was talking about. Yeah, so just to tie that up in a bow, I'm sorry that she has had that experience, whatever it was. I didn't say that there was anything wrong with whether she was down talking to me or up where she was or wherever their location was, or I didn't say they had any obligation to be anywhere but where they were. Y'all added that. So look yourself in the mirror if you added the spice and said, I should be sorry for that because it's your spice. I put the turkey in the oven with no spice. I didn't season that. Y'all put the seasoning on there. So if it sends somebody to the bathroom, blame McCormick, not me. Yeah, so, okay. I'm going to just restart. I'm going to restart and reset. So family support. I have a family that believes strongly in tradition. And when I say that, I mean in the terms of your place in the world. My family is very religious, so they believe in, religious Christian values. And also, they believe strongly in following a traditional path to success. Like only that path can be successful. And that is something that has brought me down for a while because I have never been a traditional type of guy. I've never been somebody who fits into the specific box of the world and what society tells you that you should do and how you should move and etc. And I was always made to feel like I wasn't smart for that or that I was being rebellious for that. But it's only now that I'm kind of stepping into the fact that my family doesn't have to support my life or my career necessarily in order for me to move forward. So, no, I'm not saying that I'm not religious. I'm just saying that they have very strict religious values, probably much more so than mine. But yeah, what I was going to say is that, where was I? Lost my train of thought. So I was speaking to my life coach that I had a couple of years ago, Shar, who I've mentioned on here and who I had on here. And Shar was talking to me about what I considered successful in my life. And I was thinking about what I considered as a success and attaching success to what my family considered as a success. And they consider success following an exact path, an exact blueprint. So Shar actually told me, what do you consider as successful in your life? And I had to think about it, and I couldn't figure it out because I had always been following somebody else's path. But one thing that she let me know was that your family not seeing your vision does not necessarily mean that they don't support you. Sometimes it just means they want you to do what is statistically the thing that is the most fail proof. Almost like, let's say you have a specific talent in something, whether it's music, whether it is sports, whether it's art, those types of things, writing, singing, whatever it is. Let's just say you have a specific talent. You know what your parents are going to say, or your folks, or whoever is raising you. They're going to tell you, hey, don't put all your eggs in this basket because it's harder to get it this way. And it's best to go to school, go to college. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but what I'm saying is everybody's path is not going to be the same. Yes, we have to make our own path. Yeah, everybody's path is not going to be the same. So sometimes it requires you to actually just decide, this is the path for me. No matter what anyone says, this is the path for me. I know what I want. I'm going to go for it. And when you go for it, take it seriously. Because the only way that you're ever going to prove that your path is the best path for you, in my opinion, is to prove that you can be successful at it. And you prove that you can be successful by dedicating your time and your efforts into that. Now, the example of this for me is this YouTube page. I'm not saying that this YouTube page is the be all end all for me. I still haven't even gotten paid from this page. And I've put in so many videos, so many hours. I have all the subscribers that I'm supposed to have. I have all the watch hours that I'm supposed to have. The page is monetized, but I have yet to receive a dime from the page. But I'll tell you what I have been doing. I've thrown myself into this all in, where I'm reading books about engagement, how to get better. I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm following other YouTube pages to kind of see a good starting point and a blueprint. I'm investing in the product. That's a great start. What does success look like for you? Yes. So I'm kind of all over the place right now. Sorry about that. But this is not something that I actually wrote out, unlike my other ones. I just kind of wanted to have a discussion and a conversation about it. So I'm glad that you said that, Danielle, because she asked me a simple question and she told me to write it down. The question was what my family, friends, and society consider as success and what I consider as success. So she told me to write down on a piece of paper what my friends, family, and society consider as success, come up with a top 3, and then write down 3 things that I consider as a success. So she said, after I wrote the 3 things that my family, friends, and society considered, cross them out and then write my own top 3. And I was quick to think of what my family considered as success. Very quick. I came up with those things 1, 2, 3. Now, when it came to what I considered as success, it was hard for me to think of that because I said, wait, what if all of that other noise wasn't there? And it was just me coming up with my own list. What would that be? And it took some time, but I figured it out. And since that time, I've been kind of all systems go for that. Your effort really shows. Thank you for that. Yeah, I put a lot of effort into everything that I do. Believe it or not, even this decision that I had to drive over to Philly and go to this party, it was part for my good time and part for my page. I was like, I want to show y'all my interactions with these people. Like, this is part of my business that I'm trying to build. So I kind of planned everything out. You know, I got my outfit together. I didn't really plan what I was going to say. That was more organic. However, when I saw who was in the building, I had a good little bit before I spoke to any of them. So I did think in my head, like I always do. I'm like, if I had one thing to say to get this particular person's attention, what would that one thing be? Because I know that I might only get a minute or 2 with the person, possibly. You know what I'm going to say about life coaching, Danielle? So I'll tell you a little something about it. The reason why I got a life coach was because I had reached a stalling point in my life. You know, I had a decent job. Things were going okay. It's not like anything was going really poorly at that particular time, but it was just that I reached a point in life and I'm like, I'm just working at this point. I'm just working and I'm just here. But this is not something that I feel passionate about. And I feel like I'm just going through the motions and I need some kind of a kickstart. So that's the reason why I reached out to a life coach. And I thought that when I worked with her, what I was going to get from her was a business model. And she did give me some business advice. But the main thing I actually got from her was kind of reinforcement that I need to choose my own path. And that's life-changing to me. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing to do, Danielle. It's great that you figured that out. Figured that out so young. I'm 52 and asked myself that question almost 2 years ago. And for the first time, and you're right, it took a lot of thinking about what I wanted. So did you have an experience, Trisha, of other people influencing what you thought was successful for you in your life? You know what, Danielle? Yeah, you should consider it. It was worthwhile for me. It was definitely worthwhile for me. So it's something to consider. I don't know if you've seen that particular video. Let me see something. I don't know if you've seen the video that I'm talking about. Were you on the live or did you see the live that I did with this life coach? Because if not, I'll put the link in the chat. I'll put the link in the chat for you to check it out, but let me know. Yeah, I think that I feel like in regards to relationships, though, not necessarily career path-wise, that same concept. Yeah, I've had that renaissance. I've had that renaissance with both relationships and career and business in the last 2 years. The last 2 years have changed me a lot. The person that y'all see right now today is way different than the person you would have seen in 2020, and in a good way. So don't think that your family not seeing your vision means that they don't support you, right? So like if you go to your family and say, I want to be the greatest painter that has ever lived, and I'm going to quit my job and pursue my vision of painting. I'm going to start doing art and dedicate all my time to painting and go to art galleries and whatever, try to sell off my work. And they're like, what? You have a career. You do such and such and so and so. That's not them not supporting you. That's them saying, well, there's not any successful artists in our family. And in general, statistically, you can go to school and do this and get this job and make this money. But statistically, even though your potential might be higher with this art, you could also end up with nothing, very little to nothing, and be like a starving artist for the rest of your life. And you have to be willing to actually hear something like that and continue pursuing it anyways. And that's what was catching me, where I was hearing those kind of things like, what's music and mental health, Mark? What are you going to do with that? How much money have you made with that? You have a good career as like a counselor. So why are you going to go on YouTube? And with a certain listening filter, that could sound like you're never going to succeed at that. But with another listening filter, you can say, I'm going to show you. You don't even have to necessarily tell them, I'm going to show you, but you say it to yourself. I'm going to show and prove what I'm going to do with this. And then I'm going to explain to you why I had to do it that way. My issue isn't my family. I feel like they would support me. It's me. I'm the issue. Yeah, it's different things for different people. But for the purposes of this specific topic, I think that for me, I felt like I wasn't supported because of my family giving me the drawbacks of the particular things that I've wanted to do with my life. And I think that in their own way, that's looking out for me, for them. That's looking out for me. But sometimes it has to show you how bad you want it. The amount of things that you're willing to hear and the amount of things that you're willing to withstand and the amount of grind you're willing to put in to get things done. I feel that I have a voice that is supposed to be impactful in ways beyond what a job can provide for me. So that's the reason why I come on here. That's the reason why I'm continuing with these topics. I'm continuing with these lives. I'm continuing with these videos, with these motivational videos, because this is all a part of my purpose. It doesn't even feel like work. And I also remember the life coach asking me, what is it that you would do for the rest of your life if you knew that you weren't going to get paid? And I'll tell you, I had to ask myself that several times along this process. I got rejected for monetization twice, as y'all know. And each time the weight of that was a little bit heavier because I said, what if I never get money from this? What if I just spent hours on here just talking just to talk? But then when I went back and revisited my purpose, I said, am I really talking just to talk? Because the feedback that I'm getting on here is great. You guys are telling me every day that the things I'm saying are impacting you in a positive way. And that means more than the money. And also, I feel to myself that if I'm genuinely putting things out there that are helping people to succeed or making them feel better or making them feel happier or pointing them in the right direction of places they need to go for help, then I'm doing something right. And eventually the money is going to come. So to wrap it up, don't take family resistance necessarily as a lack of support. Now, if this is not a one size fits all situation, nothing is. But in general, if you know that your family loves you and you know your family cares about you, it means that they want to see you succeed. It might not, your way and their way might not be the same, but you have to do what you're comfortable with because you're the only one living your life, nobody else. And if you feel like this is my passion, this is my dream, this is what I need to be doing, just go for it. That does not mean don't value the opinions of those around you. That does not mean you're trying to be a rebel. It just means you need to tell them respectfully, I know that you love me. I know that you have my best interest at heart, but I know that this is my path. This is my calling, and I have to go towards that because that's what will make me feel fulfilled with my life. And whether they agree with that path or not, if they love you, they are going to support you. They're going to support you. Support might not mean telling you like, yeah, this is the right thing. This is the right thing to do. But support sometimes could mean stepping out of your way and saying, even though I don't think this is the right way to go, I want you to do what you feel in your heart is best to do. That could be all the support, them being quiet and just allowing you to do what you do. And that's where I'm going to end it for the night. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, thanks for your support. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Have a great night, everybody.